what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. Now, I get it, people are panicked about XRP. In fact, crypto fear and greed currently hovering at 25, at fear inching towards extreme fear. And you'd think that after having endured one of crypto's largest liquidation events, of which XRP was a part of, you'd expect a bit more respite and a bit more mercy from the markets. Now, here's the thing, guys. I got good news for you on XRP, and I have bad news. Now, to ensure that you guys don't get caught in the negative bias of what just happened to the crypto market, I am going to be starting off with the bad news and ending with the good news. That way you guys have a more holistic lens on what could very well happen to XRP from here. So let's begin with bad news number one. Bad news number one is we are about to lose that weekly dynamic support. This loss of the weekly dynamic support, one more candle close under, which happens in a day, officially invalidates me out of my position. What do I do from there? Do I make an excuse and hold on to my position saying that no, I see another region of support, I'm going to hold on a little more? Absolutely not. My system is my edge. If I do not follow the system, I don't have an edge after that. I'm not able to quantify any of my performance. So come Monday, as soon as this candle closes under, I will start by taking off 25% of my position off the table. Could I be wrong as I was right here? Absolutely, I can be wrong about being wrong, but I have back-tested this system across cycles in the 2017 cycle, in the 2020 cycle as well, and the one observation that I've made is that that weekly dynamic has kept us on the right side of the bull market as well as the bear market. If I end up being wrong about selling 25% of my XRP here and prices rally only to reclaim that weekly dynamic resistance, well, guess what? I'll be doing the same thing as I did right here. Without any shame whatsoever, I will be getting back into position. But for now, my system tells me that the XRP trend trade has come to an end. Bad news number two, I actually see XRP coming down a tad bit lower to give that Kijun an official test at around $2.07. It also brings us very, very close to our $2 cutoff mark. In fact, just 2 days ago, I posted my thesis on price getting down to $2.07 on the Discord chat. Now, I definitely suggest joining the Discord chat because for the times that I cannot publish a video, I will be posting my ideas on XRP on the Discord chat. But this thesis was hinged on the C-SPAN trade. For those of you in the Mango Seed program, you guys have an entire module on what is one of the most powerful public indicators out there, which is none other than the Ichimoku cloud. Sean has given you a bunch of amazing strategies with extremely high hit rates, one of which is the C-SPAN trade. This is a trade setup when price penetrates the Tenkin, it often makes its way all the way down to the Kijun. That's called the C-SPAN trade. The Kijun currently coming in at $2.07. And so far through the cycle and through past cycles as well, this has had an extremely high hit rate, specifically on XRP. So I will still be looking for a jab at that Kijun right there. And it's going to be super important that the bulls defend that level. That is the cutoff line, guys. Because if you guys recall, $2 was that critical point of rejection where the bull market of 2018 got rejected off of, as well as the bull market of 2021. It is imperative that we hold this as support this time around if there has to be any revival of the bull market for XRP. Now, no, I don't mean to add despair. Like I said, there is good news coming as well, so hang in for the good news. But the truth is that I want you guys to be prepared for anything that might hit us moving forward. Which brings me to bad news number three. The entire bull and bear market is hinged on Bitcoin's price action. Yes, even your altcoins. It's all hinged on Bitcoin's price action. You can look at Bitcoin as the index of the crypto sphere. And there is actually historic precedent of the market topping off around this duration from the halving. I've marked out halvings from 2012, 2016, 2020, and the most recent one in 2024. From the halving to when the cycle topped off, there appears to be symmetry between all cycles so far. In the halving of 2012, exactly 395 days after that did we actually see a reversal into bear market territory for Bitcoin. Fast forward to the halving of 2016, exactly 518 days after the halving did we see the market turn into bear market territory. Fast forward to halving of 2020, once again, exactly 518 days later did we see the markets actually reverse into bear market territory. Now fast forward to the most recent halving of 2024. Guys, we're at the 518-day mark. In fact, we're just 1 month short of 518 days. And if history rhymes this time around, we might see a turn in the market right here. However, I will say this. Now listen clearly, okay? Don't cherry pick the information. I want you guys to listen. In the bear market turn of 2013, in the bear market turn of 2018, as well as the bear market turn of 2021, we actually had a bearish trigger in all three of those instances. A bearish trigger that we do not have this time around. We don't have that trigger just yet. And until and unless we get the trigger, we cannot possibly call bear market just yet. Which brings me to the good news. The bull market is still on. Based on what Bitcoin is doing right now, Bitcoin is currently holding all its cyclical supports that we have been looking at and has been keeping us on the right side of this entire cycle so far. The bi-weekly dynamic support, which comes in from 101K down to $94,000, as well as the monthly 10 simple moving average currently swinging in at $102,000. Both these indicators have been dictating every single bull and bear market so far, and right now price lives over both those regions, so bull market's still on. Good news number 2 is that Sean completely, utterly disagrees with me. He says, Krisha, you are looking at the wrong time frame. He did this on a live stream in front of all of you guys. He told me that I was wrong to look at the weekly. He says the weekly keeps getting violated, which he's right on. He says instead, the bi-weekly time frame is the time frame that everyone ought to be looking at for XRP, because so far there has been 0 violations on it ever since the bull run started. Now, as things stand right now, XRP is currently sitting smack on that bi-weekly dynamic support, which comes in from $2.30 down to $2.16. Now, would I personally move my invalidation point down to this level considering we're smack on it? My answer to that, I've been asked this question many times by many Mongolians over the past 3 days now. My answer to that question is no. Like I said, I have a system. I took my trade off of the weekly time frame. I cannot possibly make an excuse to hold on to my trade despite getting invalidated. Because here's the thing, guys. You're going to find supports everywhere. If you make an excuse this time around for this region of support, guess what? You're going to make another excuse for the next region of support in case prices break. And then another excuse, and before you know it, you've given a significant chunk of your profits back to the market. There's always going to be a level, guys. There's always going to be some region of support that you think price is going to bounce off of. Don't be a novice here. One of the bigger traits about being a profitable trader is being disciplined. Don't fade your invalidations for a promise of another region of support. Now for good news number 2, crypto fear and greed. Now you're probably wondering, Krisha, how is this good news? The market is almost at extreme fear. And you're right, the market is almost at extreme fear. In fact, through this entire cycle now, we've had 3 instances of the market getting down to fear or extreme fear. Once in August, September of 2023, the next one came in the summer of 2024, and then fast forward to earlier this year between Feb and April of 2025. And now once again for the 4th time, we're back into fear territory. Now let's mark out every point of fear that we've had so far. September 2023, summer 2024, and Feb to April of 2025. What do you notice here? They've all been buy the dip opportunities. Markets very, very, very seldom top off on fear or extreme fear. You'll find that often when markets top off, it's when no one's expecting it. It's when people are euphoric, when people are greedy, and they welcome the dips. They are looking to buy the dip. Everyone is so stoked to be buying the dip. They cannot believe that price actually came down here. Everyone piles in to buy. We don't have that this time around. So I want you guys to be very aware of what's going on the holistic picture of the market. Now, yes, I could be wrong about being wrong right here, but hey, I'm going to be following the system. If price rallies from here, if we bounce off of that bi-weekly dynamic that Sean's been looking at, and hey, we reclaim that resistance once again, I will be getting back into position. Of course, we are going to be following the XRP trade on the Discord chat, so if you're not already in there, join the Discord at themangoway.com/Discord. Now, with this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the Mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.